Hey guys, I'm Melissa with MomSimpleLife.com, and today we are going to be doing a taste test. And I marked these bowls, which none of us could really see, and I put, these are sun sugar tomatoes. They're like the cherry tomatoes in both of them, and one is sawdust and sand, and the other one is just organic soil mix. And both of these are done the Mittleider method, just a different soil mix on how they're grown anyways. So we actually have ordered a Brix Test online on Amazon. I'll put a link to this if I can figure out how to open this. So it looks like this, and you basically squirt out the juices on to this little lens, and you sit there and get the extra off and then close it up, and then you want to point it towards like the light or the sun. There's whatever type of light, and then there's a scale on the inside that will sit there and tell you, basically it's supposed to be like sugar content, and things that could affect your Brix test is amount of sun, your weather, how soon you actually picked it, like if it's not ripe enough. And I think that was about it that I've heard. Leave it in the comment section if there was other things that the Brix test is done. We are kind of amateur gardeners, not any certified gardeners here or anything, so sometimes we don't know what we're doing. But so we got this, and I learned a little bit about what it does. So we're going to sit there and see if there's even a Brix test difference between the organic soil or the sawdust and sand, and see what the scale is on their chart that they have on how it should be. And they have like poor, average, good, and excellent on what your tomato should be. And you could do this with all different types of vegetables. So the higher the score, or the higher the percentage, is better. So first we're going to sit there and try to tear these in half and put it onto the Brix test, and then we're both going to eat half of it, and then we'll sit there and see what it reads, and then we will sit there and move on to the next one. And then we'll chart down, which I don't have a pencil with me right now, but we'll chart down how they're doing. Okay, so now that we're better prepared with a score sheet, so each bowl will be on each section, and then he's going to sit there and cut up the tomato. By the way, this is Robbie. This is my boyfriend, my significant other, and he's going to help me today on making this a fair, even, where I'm not, thinking that I'm choosing sides on which one's soil. But who knows? There might not even be a difference, honestly. So go ahead.
So just cut one of these in half?
Yeah, just cut one of them in half.
Okay.
Okay, so half of it, we're going to put it on here. You can just wipe it on there if you want to.
Okay.
You gotta wipe a little bit more. Just move that around. Yep, there we go. Okay, I'm going to close this up, and then we're going to take taste test. It's really good. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit before above an 8. You want to see that?
Yep, just above an 8.
Okay, so an 8 is actually good, but it's not excellent. But that's surely a lot better than being poor or average. So that one is an 8, and we got that from this one, right?
This one.
This one?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll put down 8 on that, and then we'll get to the next one.
Okay.
Okay, so we quickly got some distilled water and made sure that it was actually calibrated correctly, and yes it was, it's at 0 just to make sure. So I'm going to dry this off, and we could do the next one.
Okay, so far we have 8 and 8 on each side. Okay, so they're both the same as far as the Brix test goes. We'll keep testing these though.
I'm going to sit there and put which one that we said that we liked more, which was this one here on this side, that we thought that one tomato was sweeter, so we'll see.
audio turns out okay on this GoPro. The regular camera's battery's dead, and all the extra batteries we have are dead. So we're just gonna use the GoPro to finish this video.
Yeah.
We've got we got 5 samples recorded from this container, and it's 4/8 and 1/9 on the Brix tester. Okay, so.
And I think we're in the mix of the 5th one on this one right now.
Yeah, so you can eat this one. That's from this one right here.
Oh, are you sure?
That's from this one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means wrong.
So I just wrote it down. So this is the last one.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And it was an 8.
Yeah, you're right. It's 8.
So while you were in there trying to get a new battery, Anyway, we'll do one last sample from this bowl, and it's probably going to be an 8 or a 9. Pretty predictable at this point. We'll do it.
And the 8 range is not just for these sun sugar. I've actually done this test on a couple other different types of tomatoes, and they all were almost around the 8 and 9 percentage wise, but I didn't, of course, do it on camera. I was just trying out the new Brix toy we have.
That's a little low. That's around a 6. Yeah, it's about
Did you
maybe
get enough on it?
6. Seven.
That is low. Maybe it's not a ripened one.
Tastes right. It was one of the ones that split open, but that shouldn't really matter too much.
Still tastes good.
Not a huge difference. I mean, we concluded that these were kind of a little bit sweeter, and but that's a personal thing. You know, you may like sweet tomatoes or not. It's up to you. But the one on this one was the sawdust and sand. Sawdust and sand. And this one is the organic soil.
So, yeah, organic soil.
So 8.2, 8.15. Practically the same.
So I don't know if you guys could see that. It's barely written, so you could barely see it. But I put SS for sawdust and sand, and then the other one is just the organic dirt, the organic soil. So very close. As you can see, the Brix test, they're almost identical anyways. I don't know, it's still a little bit sweeter, I would say, on the dirt side too, but I guess it's up to you. You just sit there and try to grow in the soil that you have and not worry so much about getting the sawdust and sand if it's not available to you. You can sit there and just, grow it in the soil that you have, or organic soil that you can find from, like any, potting place, soil place or whatever they're called, So that's it. I hope you guys like this video, and if you have...
Talk about the yield.
Oh,
is there a difference in yield between the two?
I think the dirt has a little bit more of a yield. I'm sorry.
Hey guys, be quiet.
Shh. Okay, so I really do think that the dirt has a tiny bit more of a yield. I've noticed that the plants do get a little bit taller and stuff, and it's not like a significant amount of yield, but to me, I think the big beefsteaks are bigger and we get more of them on the soil side than we do on the sawdust and sand side. But of course, it's really hard to say since we only had one plant on each side, and they were all identical plants on the sawdust and sand side as it was on the dirt side. So maybe if we had more of the same plant growing on both sides to compare. So we will be doing this again next year. It was kind of fun, interesting seeing kind of the difference, because I know there was a huge debate on which soil was better, the actual organic potting soil or soil that you would get from any big place, or even the soil that you have versus sawdust and sand. And I know a lot of people got worried about how they're going to find sawdust and sand, but that's not exactly what Mittleider method is about. It's not about the sawdust and sand. It's about using what you have to grow. It's about growing food for your family so you have enough to eat and have fun.
They're both for both you use the weekly feed, and basically the same except the only difference is your sawdust and sand in your soil.
Yeah, the only difference is the sawdust and sand and the soil. And I would say the sawdust, a comment someone left was that, oh, I bet you the soil is getting more light than the sawdust and sand. Actually, it's the opposite. The sawdust and sand, the sun comes up on that side more than this actual organic soil. So I would think that the organic soil would have been smaller than the sawdust and sand, but it was a little bit vice versa on that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was fun and it was interesting, and we really enjoyed taste testing all the tomatoes. We do a lot of canning of salsa because we love salsa in this house.
These things make some pretty decent salsa.
Yeah.
When you mix them with the regular red tomatoes, they kind of add some sweetness, and it's almost like mango salsa. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. We really enjoy it. A lot of people say it's the best salsa they've ever had, you know, so anyways.
We haven't made marinara with these yet, but that'll be interesting too.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm up for that one. But anyways.
Okay.
If you have any comments or questions, just leave it in the comment section below, and thank you for subscribing. And again, this is Robbie, my boyfriend. I don't think you guys ever seen him in any of the videos, but see you guys next time. Bye.
Science.